Hello everyone, welcome to Hobi's reading. I'm going to start by saying thank you to everyone who has been liking and subscribing to my channel. So first of all, I would like to make the usual disclaimer that I always do, that these tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only, and that I do not claim that I know about the members of BTS lives and circumstances, but well, I'm a professional tarot reader and also a counselor, so I do use the cards regularly for my clients. So we are going to start this reading by doing hobbies. And next Thursday we're going to do Jimin's. We're going to start with the archetype cards, the ones that we usually use to talk a bit about some aspects of Hobi's personality. For those who don't know, I call him Hobi. I think most army does, but he's J-Hob of BTS. And I pull out 3 cards, and these are in Spanish, but I'm going to translate for you as I always do. The first card that came up for him, it's the Avenger archetype. The Avenger archetype, actually it's very easy to interpret in the fact that maybe you can think about the Avengers, the superheroes, and it's about having this kind of aspect in your personality where you're always seeking for the right balance, for the justice, for there to be justice, and to be rightful, and to be strict when it comes to playing your part and doing things right and caring for others and being really balanced when it comes to your own judgments and everyone's judgments. So I think in that sense, Hobi takes it seriously, the fact that he wants to do things right, but for everyone. I mean, in a more expansive way, not just for people around him only, or for people that he cares about, just for everyone in general. He is the kind of person that cannot stand injustice and cannot stand lies and deceitment. He's very righteous and rightful when it comes to doing things right, because he knows. It's as if he knows about the laws, but the laws of not the justice laws or the mundane laws. He is like he knows about karma. It's as if he's in touch with that part of the out of this world energies. I mean, like destiny, and that it's like he binds for these rules, as in the fact that maybe that saying that says what goes around comes around, like the boomerang effect. He does believe in those things, so he always tries to do the right thing, and he always wants to keep a balance and a peace. Maybe in the group he does develop this to be, if he sees that some members are having a hard time comparing to the others, he tries to hype them up, to entertain them, to make them laugh, to maybe pat them on the shoulder, like he wants to integrate everyone. He doesn't want the energy and the synastry and the energy of the group to go down. He thinks it's important that everyone it's feeling part and not left out, because there are some people that they are more extrovert or introvert than others, and also because they all have mood swings, so they are not always 100% able to speak their mind, or maybe to take a time and say, oh yes, I'm having a hard time today, but he senses it and he tries to make everything comfortable for that person, so he doesn't feel the pressure of being down, of being maybe not in the mood, or maybe not wanting to participate, because let's face it, they are human and they have good days and bad days, and there are days where they don't want to participate. Maybe their mind is elsewhere, they have other issues, maybe they're thinking about their family, their friends. They all go through very tough experiences that we don't know about, that we only know about the photo shoot that comes out, or what is played in the videos when the camera is on, but we don't know what's going on inside their minds when it comes to their experience as a person, as a human being. So he's very considerate when it comes to that. He's also, the next card that came up for him is Chameleon, and this, I think, is something that we can see in him. It's that ability to navigate into different aspects of his conscience. Is as if he's very flexible, not only physically, but his mind is very flexible. His aptitude, his whole personality is, he is someone that is capable of seeing the possibility to accomplish everything. He sees the potency, he sees the potential in all situations. Even when sometimes things are not okay, maybe, I don't know, they have to do something and the conditions are not the best, or maybe there's something about the arrangement of things that they might not feel safe, or that they might not feel like they are 100% okay. He's like, he tries to give 100% nevertheless. It's like, is in his mind is he is always thinking about, like, juggling different possibilities of what could go wrong, in a sense that he does considerate everything and he sees the whole picture. So he knows that maybe, I don't know, in a performance there could be technical issues or problems, or people could make mistakes or mess up, because we're human, and they are working with humans, so they know that maybe some of them, maybe himself, some unexpected things can happen, and he's prepared. He's prepared to move around that circumstance. If that happens, he's ready to fill in the blanks, and he's ready to move himself in a way that he can cover for others, in a ways that you don't see, or maybe that you don't get to see in a full extent. You don't get to see the flaws, or maybe the mistake, or maybe the flaw, or sometimes there are some things that are lacking, and he always tries to keep an open mind about that. He's very considerate in that sense. And the next card that came out for him, it's beggar. A beggar, it's a very, like, maybe if we think about it, in the first impression of the beggar archetype, it's like very, like, sad in a sense, because you're like, oh my God, Hobi is not that way. Hobi is very cheerful, and it has nothing to do with self-esteem. It has nothing to do with self-worth. Actually, the beggar archetype talks about being empowered, or being yourself in a humble way. I mean, to show yourself with humility, compassion, and to be like self-aware, that you have the self-esteem, that you have the tools, that you are good at what you do, that you are a good person, but to not being a show off. I mean, not being like too prideful about it. I mean, sometimes it's as if he knows maybe he could give more, maybe he could show more about himself, but actually he chooses to remain humble, and to remain like in not in the shadows, but maybe like in a position where he doesn't stand out much, because he doesn't like it, because it's something that he doesn't need. Actually, his main goal and his main what he really wants to accomplish is that everyone is successful in their own way, and that everyone can develop in their craft. And maybe if he gets a recognition, it's like he acts shy about it, because he it's not that he is not aware of his potential. It's just that he doesn't like to go through that process of saying, oh yes, I know I'm the best, I know, I don't know, I'm good at dancing, I know I'm a good dancer, I know I'm a good performer. It's as if he doesn't like to praise himself that much, because he believes that you have to maintain a certain to be humble. It's what you need in the process of growing, in the process of building yourself, in the process of building your own image, your own it's like that saying that says that let success be it's like being silent and let success speak for you, something like that. He doesn't like to talk about his accomplishments and all those things that make him really great, because he is really great. Maybe that's an aspect that he's really shy about it, actually. And maybe there's something that's a part of him that everyone is like, I cannot believe you are that way. You always seem so outgoing, so extrovert, so I don't know. And maybe it's because that's a part of the persona he shows, but actually it's like a part he plays, but actually he's not that comfortable with being like, oh yes, here I come, I know I'm good. He knows he has it, he knows he's good at what he does, but he doesn't like to talk about it that much, and he gets really shy. Maybe he should work on that aspect, on this archetype, because it's like in the field that he works in this of being an idol and being a public figure. Sometimes you have to own your own accomplishments, and there are going to be many times that you have to come out and say, yes, I made this, yes, I'm part of this, yes, I created this, because otherwise, if you don't do it, someone else is going to take advantage of your creation, in a sense. I think the less time we were talking about Suga's, about Jungi's reading, about this, that he had the Midas touch, that everything he touched, it turned into a hate. So I think maybe Hobi needs to learn something from Suga in that sense, about owning and being proud of your craft, of your creation, and what you bring to the table. Because yes, we are all part of something that is bigger than us. He's part of a group, and it's thanks to his compassionate nature and thanks to his selfishness. I don't know if the word is selfishness. I think it's selfless. I think it's the English word I'm looking for. Is this that he is not selfish? I think that's what keeps them grounded. But he should praise himself more and maybe allow himself to show different sides, and get individual recognition about his skill, because he's very skillful. Okay, let's get started with the reading for the next 3 to 6 months for Hobi. This deck that I'm using, it's the Seers tarot, for everyone that wants to know. I chose this deck because I thought that it was very colorful, like Hobi. Hobi is really cheerful, and at the same time he's an Aquarius, but he does give me this Pisces vibe, so I wanted to use this deck for him. Okay, let's go outside. Let's make place, let's make room. He actually last year, maybe the last part of the last year of 2020, there was a time where he felt that there was no way out, in a sense that he felt really frustrated for the situation that they were going through, about not being able to perform, about not being able to meet army. It was actually something that gave him like insomnia, like something like that. He really suffered in a sense that he wished he could communicate to army more. He wished he could have like maybe like Tae's Taeyong's ability to talk to army through weathers, or he wishes he could be that, but he is actually a very reserved person. He is the kind of person that is always by your side, but doesn't really say it in words what he feels. He just shows it with actions. And the fact that he couldn't show it with actions, that he couldn't perform, that he couldn't see army face to face, it was something that really hurt him. Like, he tried to hide it, but actually he didn't want to show that he felt insecure, that he felt the uncertainty, because he knew that everyone was going through the same. So he didn't want to bring it up because it would spoil the mood of everyone else. But he definitely had a tough time. But then very suddenly, like maybe at the beginnings of this year, he is moving forward. He's moving forward with passion. He's thinking about creating something new. And I think this has to do with something about choreography, something about performance-wise, because the Eight of Wands is about the speed, it's about movement. So I think it has a lot to do with dancing, with the expression of his body, which he's really good at. So he's creating something. It's like he wishes he could express his emotions through his body, through his dance. I don't think we've seen a lot of Hobi's dance for a while, solo dance. I think we saw him like the group choreography, but for example, the one he made with Boy Meets Evil, that was a great solo dance performance. So maybe he's thinking something related to that, like to give it that kind of concept. And actually, he's like, whenever he's like really going through this state of being able to express himself, he feels full, he feels like he can accomplish anything. He is not the kind of person that wants to stay whenever he feels down or he feels sad. He's not the kind of actually, he doesn't like to feel sad emotions. He doesn't like to feel sadness, sorrow. He actually feels uncomfortable feeling it, but actually that's something that he has to deal with, because he is a human being, and of course he can be J-Hope of BTS, and he can be cheerful and he can be funny, but he's also a man, so he can have mood swings like we all do. So he has to like being able to not let those things pass so easily, like shove it under the carpet, like he needs to be able to deal with his emotions a bit more, because actually he's very emotional. And he is feeling hopeful again. He's feeling like he wants to create something new, and now that the ideas are coming, he feels really good about himself. He feels as if his heart chakra open up again. So, but there is something about there's something about a connection that he has with someone, with a female energy, that also keeps him up at night. He's worried. He's like he it's like he feels like he doesn't have what it takes to give to the person. He feels like very insecure, but it's because he doesn't know how to express his emotions. It's that he's also a bit awkward in that sense. So he has all these ideas in his mind, but whenever he wants to do it, he doesn't know how to. So he definitely needs like a partner, someone that is more like straightforward than he is, because he's someone that he's very romantic. He's someone that is very intuitive, but at the same time he's very distrustful. I mean, he feels he fears the connection. Actually, he fears maybe there's something about a past relationship that he had that he needs to let go. He needs to let go that perception or that fear that he might get hurt again, or his heart broken again, because it's not going to happen, but he needs to feel more secure, more confident about himself and what he has to bring, because actually he gets really sensitive when he's around someone he likes. So he feels like really powerless in that sense. He feels like he is as if he becomes like a softie, and that the other person can really tell that he is interested, and he feels like really worried about that, because it's like he fears that the other person might take advantage of. So he definitely needs to let go of perceptions that he had in the past. Actually, there are two female figures here. I think one of them, it has to do with his sister. He's very protective of her, so he is happy for her, but at the same time he fears for her, because he doesn't. It's like his whole family dynamic is going to change, because this his brother-in-law is going to be joining the family, and he doesn't know the person very much. He doesn't know his sister's future husband that much, because obviously he's always working, so he doesn't have that many opportunities to be able to hang out and to share. So he's like a bit like distrustful in that sense. It's as if Hobi, there's a side of him that he's like a bit possessive, in the sense that he likes stability. So whenever someone new comes in a scene, especially near his loved ones, he's like a bit distrustful, in the sense that he's like, who is this person? What are their intentions? Especially because he knows that his fame has like an impact in his family life. So he wants his sister to be happy, but at the same time he's like, it's weird, because I know his sister is older than him, but I feel like, I don't know, the word that comes up, it's baby sister. It's after he sees her still as a little girl, and he's very emotional for that too, because he feels like there's a part of her that is changing. So he's happy, but at the same time he misses the old times, and there are some things about his family dynamic that are changing, and that are making him think. I think I also said this about Jin, that they are starting to see their family change. They are starting to see other relationships develop, and he is also wondering about himself, about what he wants. It's like there's someone he's interested in, but he doesn't make the move, because he feels like he doesn't know if the person it's like interested, or it's like his type, actually, because she's very like this strong personality also. But I think they are going to meet with this person again at like a celebration. Maybe it's the wedding itself, and it's going to bring a new beginning of emotions that is going to open up a gate that is going to enable a new connection, and he's going to be good, feeling good about it, because he needs to celebrate. I can see it because in this reading, a lot of cups energies came up, So I can see that he's in need of emotional bonding, of emotional connection. He needs to maybe go back home a bit and to be with his family. He needs to connect in that sense because he has been working non-stop, and his mind has also been working, and he had moments of stress and moments of, I don't know if you can see this image, that it's really like out, it's really something. This image, it shows you that sometimes when you're caught up in negative thoughts, that you are like tingled, that you don't know how to get rid of them. Well, that's a card. So to be able to connect with his uh, true nature, he needs to let go of this. Because if you see, this is a woman that she looks totally normal in the outside, but her reflection shows what's really going on inside her. So, and this Queen of Cups is like the state that he needs to reach, because he needs to reach like that, I don't know how to say it, that nirvana, but actually it has a lot to do about maybe cleansing his aura a bit, because he's very sensitive. He's a very sensitive person. It's just that he is not very comfortable still with that side of himself. Actually, he fears it. He's afraid of his intuition. Actually, he's like really scared of the many times he thought about something and then it came true. He's like it's something that he doesn't know how to handle. But I think these next 6 months for him are going to be really cheerful, really about a celebration, about being able not only with the members to celebrate success, but also to get together with family, with friends, with acquaintances, with people that he hasn't been in touch, with people that can see the real him, because he has this need for true connection. He has this need to let loose a bit of that persona he is, and being able to connect with others in a more simpler way. He is actually a very simple guy. I get this feeling that maybe we see him with flashy clothes and brand clothes and all these flashy colors, but actually in the inside, what he values the most are the simple things in life. Maybe getting together with family and friends, like sharing a nice meal, being I don't know, in a small house, with comfortable clothes. He is someone that enjoys not the luxuries of life, just the peace of being able to be present, of being able to stay in a place and being able to relax and maybe enjoy and being present and just relaxing. Because actually he's someone that he gives a lot of his energy to the group. He gives a lot of, it's like he's like a big brother, but at the same time he's very motherly like. So sometimes he gives a lot to others. He gives a lot of his energy. Sometimes he gives to others the energy that he doesn't have. So that's where these thoughts come, because it's about him being able to connect with himself, and him being able to give himself the same priority that he gives the others. Because this archetype, the beggar card, the beggar card, it's someone that in the downside, in the negative aspect of the card, it's someone that sometimes lowers his standards, or maybe he like, it's like he puts everyone else on top, or he does things so everyone can shine, but he doesn't shine. It's like he puts out his shining so the others can shine. And that's actually very, because we were talking about Aquarius and he's an Aquarian, so when you are an Aquarius, sometimes you take into consideration everyone's opinions, everyone's points of view, everyone's needs, and you are like happy when everyone is happy. But at the same time, when you are like a very sensitive person, maybe giving too much to others is something that you have to take into consideration. If you are not maybe giving too much, there's a right amount of feedback that of energy that you can give to others, but don't give it in a sense that you leave you leave yourself feeling empty, or you leave yourself feeling like it's selfless. I mean, like totally empty, because you are giving too much. And this is something that he has to learn in all his connection and in all his personal and intimate relationships, that it's okay to love someone, but you don't have to give it all until you are totally like empty. You need to reserve a bit of your energy for yourself. So I'll finish my reading here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I made myself clear, because sometimes my accent like interrupts me. But I hope you enjoyed it. So see you next time for Jimin's reading.